So they put in the bill that the casinos will close at 5 in the morning during the week and 6 in the morning on weekends and holidays. That lasted for 10 years. And the reason, again, don't let these people stay too long. We'll never get them out. We're going to promise. But once other states got gaming, casino pulled up, Mr. Governor, we're going 24/7. You think he even said for a minute, oh, really? Why's that? Okay, no problem. When are you doing that? It's done. When Coors in the state of New Jersey 3 years ago said, hey, New Jersey, smoke free. It's the phone call. Governor, Mr. Casino, we want smoking. Oh, okay, no problem. Smoking. When casinos come to a state, believe me when I'm telling you this, it's no different than if the Vatican opened up. They become a country within a country. They make the calls, they call the shots, you ain't got nothing to say about it. If you have time tomorrow, maybe in the next couple of days, call your legislator, call your senator, say, look, do us one favor. Senate Bill 734, pass it. Get it done. Let the people see what we're doing. We're not asking for much. You already have it in place. It ain't going to cost you. When I testified back in last year, in July 31st, July 30th, I think it was, in 08, I testified at the Gaming Oversight Committee hearing on this bill. And you would, if you I have one film too, that's another thing. You don't have access to the internet. If you go on the internet, the book you saw up there, that book's been out of print since 2002. Okay, I never, that book actually was put in the bankruptcy because nobody even touched that book because of the money in it. They know if they printed it, they're going to get sued by all the casinos, so they just watch it out. Call your legislators and ask them if they support. I'm asking you to do yourself a favor and me a favor. Not you personally, do your kids a favor. Do my mom and pop a favor. Right? Call them up and say, look, let the people see what you're doing. That's all. No big deal. It's already in place. When I testified, was then one of the legislators that was working with him said, boy, that's going to be a lot of stands. Now we're talking big money to mail out these statements. I mean, this is what they do, these guys. I said, are you kidding me? I said, forget a stamp. Email it to half the people. Who cares? Just get it out to them. Let them see it. So again, I want to thank you, Bruce. Thank you for having me. And I hope and I pray that none of you bite the casino apple and that your children and your relatives, your loved ones, your neighbors, your employees, your employers, whatever, pass the word. Let them go and tell them what I'm saying. Because, again, go online. Bill Kearny on Casino Gambling. I don't have a website. But you can see things that I've talked about. Other people, you'll see people argue with me on there. Governor Rendell 6 times. You know, the time I talked to him, I say, Governor, the monthly statements, I told you about this before. I went through the whole pitch I just gave you. You know what he said to me? Well, this is the first time I heard that. I said, sick time, Governor. What are you talking about? But he don't care, Governor Rendell. It's not his money. His advantage and his son here gambling. He wants you guys to tell him. Thanks again for having me.
Kimberly Ellis, can you come forward? Kimberly Ellis is a heroine, also known as Dr. Goddess in her own right. She single-handedly galvanized the opposition to the No District Casino proposal. And I put her right after Bill Kearny because I thought you wanted something more relaxing. She has a production, Confessions of a Slots Queen, that she wishes to share. Thank you, Kimberly.
It started this morning. I was rolling up with pockets full of disposable income, then I was sprung. Couldn't wait to hear that ding, ding, ding. The cherries was lining up, but there wasn't no ice cream. But on Sundays, I went to church steady trying to repent. Can't pay my bills, my groceries, I'm late on the rent I done spent. All my dimes, nickels, quarter slides too. Too ashamed to admit to my family that I couldn't make it through, I was strapped. I started robbing and stealing just to gamble again and win my money back. My plan was whack. I just kept losing. Each time I thought I would almost make it, my jackpots were smaller and smaller, so I had to keep playing till they stripped me naked. I was mistaken. I was wrong. But now I was addicted. Couldn't function in real life, couldn't find where I belonged. Still cash strapped, I'm trying to play off my dissolution. I'm missing work more often. The next thing I know, I'm trying prostitution. I mean, it happened so fast. He was really like a friend. I asked to borrow a few hundred. He asked to put me on the mend, and I contend it was fairly easy. I guess that's how much I was hard up. I guess I had gotten to the point where I didn't really give up. He started recommending more of his friends, and I said, any friend of yours is a friend of mine. That wasn't how I pictured my life just 1 year prior, but there I was on the margin lines. I was confined and had the nerve to think I was kind of free. Hanging out for all times of the night, picking up my free drinks. I started feeling good again when I started to win, but like I said, I was addicted by now, so winning was never going to be the end. It was a vicious cycle to be in, and I couldn't see how to break out. And truth be told, there were so many highs and lows I couldn't even try to get out. But I had some doubt. I could see how everybody started looking at me. Everybody started having doubts. It was nothing to steal from my family. Any purse that was left around was going down. Any small loan I could make, I'd rob a family member and just take it. I was reckless, relentless, but now I'm trying to come clean. And I guess that's why I wrote this poem, so some of you can learn from me. And that's why I call it Confessions of a Slice Queen. I wanted to say really quickly in terms of my story, I really didn't know much about the casino industry at all. Unlike Bill or even Bruce, I did not feel any particular way about casinos. I'm pretty liberal, and I kind of think that, you know, if you're foolish enough to hang yourself, then, you know, you have the free will to do so. However, as I learned more and more about the casino industry, about the manipulation and the trickery and the psychological experiments and the conferences around slot machines and testing which ones can manipulate your brain waves, and that bothered me, because then now it's not a fair fight. It's not fair anymore, and it's not just a question of free will. Teenage gambling addiction is on the rise. It's one of the fastest growing addictions, and I thought, well, why would that be okay to have casinos near schools and closer to neighborhoods? For Pittsburgh, if you didn't know, the Alpha Creek Casino, they were the only casino that was putting their casino right in the residential community. And that's one of the reasons why I fought so hard. In particular, I was also concerned about the African American community. African Americans do not gamble as much as white Americans, but when they do, we become problem gamblers and gambling addicts 4 times as much, because we don't have that much disposable income, and when it happens, the price that you pay is much higher. The intensity, the stress, it's just much greater. And as I began to learn about the casino industry, and also having to battle conceptions around my own neighborhood, right here in the city of Pittsburgh, where people were saying, well, you guys have a lot of crime and stuff anyway, you should be used to that, don't worry. When the industry comes, you know, you'll be ready. And I said, thanks so much for your caring and concern, but we're human beings just like the rest of you, and I thought it was important not just to battle having a casino in the front yard of my neighborhood, but to also join in with persons like Bruce Barron. I didn't know Bill at the time, actually. And other crusaders across the state who were educating people about the casino industry. I'm an educator at heart, and I felt that, you know, you should at least know what you're getting into. It's not fair to walk into a place and then the lights just get dim and your brain begins to be manipulated in that way. I thought, you know, bare minimum, you should kind of know what you're getting into. So that was part of my concern. And then finally, there's just so many different levels. I named this poem Confessions of a Slots Queen after a woman named Sandra Adele. Now, I kind of knew Sandra actually in the theater community, but I had no idea that she had been a gambling addict, and she began to tell her story. And so she found out about this crusade in the campaign. I called it the Raise Your Hand, No Casino on the Hill campaign. And she contacted me and said, I know that you don't know this about me, but I want to tell you that I am a reformed gambling addict. In fact, I'm a gambling addict right now. And I'm writing my narrative. This is an African-American female professor, and this is someone who wears suits every day, and she goes and teaches her classes. And she said that sometimes when she's driving to the university, when she passes those signs that you see, it tugs in her. And so she was writing her narrative, and she was calling it Confessions of a Slots Queen. And I told her that I did a poem that was inspired by her. I didn't actually tell you her story, and I said, you know, please don't be offended when I get to the prostitution level. It's just art, you know, give me some freedom around art.